Hi my delicious lights, it's Lena here. So I just finished work and we had the Billie Eilish concert on tonight and that was so busy, like oh my god. I was working at the hotel and it was so busy. So I wanted to really quickly talk to you guys about some things I just kind of woke up on in my mind, like things that just came to me while I was working. Because it was such a busy night tonight and I just feel like it's just such a memorable night for people to come to that concert, but no one's, like everyone's focused on this one artist, but what about yourself? Do you get what I mean? It's this random guy.
Sorry.
That's okay, you can join my camera, that's alright. But yeah, I was working and I was thinking about how hard people work just to be free, just to have their freedom. People work their asses off just so they can be free, just so they can have money. And I also feel like most of this stuff is kind of a distraction in a way, like from you focusing on yourself. I think it's really sad as well that we have to like work really hard. See, look at this dude right here. Yeah, man. Hey. Love that vibe. But I'm just saying, like, people, like I met this guy at my work and he was like 27, he was from Argentina. And we have these sidekicks that come in. They're called sidekicks, but they're people who can just fill in space for when we need extra work at the hotel. And I'm so interested in these backpackers that come in because they, like this, he wasn't a backpacker, but he was telling me he's from Argentina and stuff. And I was just like listening to him and I was like, what made you want to move here? And he said his country wasn't that good. Like, it's not really like the government's not good there or whatever. And because I thought he was from France. But he said, yeah, most people in Australia think that, and he's like, you guys have it like so good here, and I'm just like, yeah. I'm like, what made you like want to come here? Where have you been? He's like, yeah, I got this passport from Italy, and I can go anywhere, and he's 27, and I just think like my age is so good to just go and do it, go and be free, go and travel, go and see the world. But yeah, it's really interesting because everyone wants to like figure out what they're doing. It's so weird because I'm filming in front of all these people, but like, I guess go on a quest and find yourself. Don't stay stuck in one place for the rest of your life. Don't stay at one job for the rest of your life. That's what I'm trying to say, is work in different jobs, work in different areas, get experience everywhere you can. Don't feel like you're tied down to something that you want to do. If you want to go and see places, go and do it. Go and be a free spirit. Like if you want to just, I know you guys didn't hear that. If you want to be free, go for it. Like I was thinking about it, and I used to, when I came back from the country and being with my ex, and I'm like, man, like I miss being in the country. I miss working in small towns. Like it wasn't even that bad. Like I think it's just probably because I wasn't ready for commitment, so I did. But yeah, if you like want to get away from everything, like you can get a job in hospitality and like go anywhere. Like there's so much to see in this world. Like don't be stuck in one place. Like things like this, like artists and all these concerts will kind of like distract you. Like there is so much to see out in this world. Like I'm not saying all concerts are bad, like yeah, go for it. Maybe like you go to one a year or something, like, but there's all these concerts and in the 3 months that I'm here in Perth, and it's like, why don't you just go to one? Why do you have to go to all of them? Like why don't you go to one and then like save your money and go somewhere? But yeah, I think it's really interesting. I met this girl last night and she was a backpacker and she was from she's from Ireland. And I was like, I'm just so intrigued because she was telling me like situations she's had, places she's been, and all the cool experiences and stuff. She said like all this cool stuff to me. She gave me all this cool advice like with traveling, and she said all you need is a bag and you just stay at hostels, and it's like really cool. Like it's that easy to just like do that kind of stuff. Also, my skin's kind of breaking out, but I feel like my journey with being, my journey with wanting to be on like the internet is to kind of showcase my life and show you that if you want change and if you want to experience something different, you really have to put yourself out of your comfort zone and do something out there. Like, you can go anywhere in the world, you can do anything. There is a world full of opportunities. And I will say that if you're in a place, relationships will hold you back. Friendships will keep you stuck. They will, because you'll be like, my family's here, my friends are here, my job's here, my hobbies are here. Like, I'm in Perth, right, but I'm training Muay Thai, but it's like I'm gonna train and probably move somewhere else in a couple months and train it somewhere else, or train a different sport and still keep my fitness up. Like, life can, if you feel stagnant in your life or you want something different, then don't be afraid to go and get it. Don't be afraid of change. Like, I've been really hard on myself since I've been here because of me feeling guilty for leaving my ex. And yes, I didn't do it in the right way, but I should have said it to his face. I broke up with him and I ghosted him, and it's like, sometimes you just need a face that it's okay to honestly tell someone how you feel. Just tell them. You need to be honest. That's one thing he taught me. And when I was in Perth, I was in Geraldton, and he left me with these guys that this other guy was renting, his friend was renting for, and I was telling the guy how I felt trapped, and I just felt like I wanted to be free, and I didn't feel independent, and I just felt tied to my relationship. And then, like, he said to me, he's like, yeah, I've had heaps of girls your age that want to come in. There's this motorbike, it's so loud, look at that motorbike. So cool. But yeah, like, I've been so harsh on myself, and I'm like, just go and live your life. Like, I feel bad because I didn't choose a relationship at 19. Like, I feel like that's where most people go wrong, is they think, oh my God, love, relationship. But it's like, go and live your life. Like, go follow your dreams, go be and do and be who you want in this world. Like, do you know what I mean? It's just crazy how we have everything at our fingertips and we don't use it. Everyone's just so focused on everyone else is doing. It's like, why don't you just cut that off for a bit? Home's always going to be there, and maybe take a break and do something different and something that you want to do. I feel like most people don't live for themselves. Most people feel lost in their life, and it's like, if you feel lost or you feel like you're seeking something, what's seeking you, whatever you're seeking is seeking you. That's what I'm trying to say. But yeah, don't be afraid to do something different, or, you know, like, even like with jobs, like my ex, I realized most of the things my ex said to me, he was right in some aspects. And I think it's crazy how now I listen. Like, being on my own, I've matured up heaps, because now I understand the real world. I understand that the kindness that you give to other people is the kindness that you'll get back. However you treat anyone else is how they'll treat you. You can't treat people like crap and disrespect them and walk over them and use them and expect to hear from them again. No. Do you get what I mean? Like, when I was in that town, because I wanted to leave so badly, I didn't have any respect for that place, and that place pretty much saved me and my ex, because we needed somewhere to stay. And it's like, never ever forget where you came from. If it wasn't for the guy that owned the hotel that let me stay there with my ex and gave us a space to stay for free, because I worked there, I left 1 week. I didn't even give my 2-week notice in. And everything I've learnt at that hotel and while I was there is everything I've had to take into the real world, because the real world will not pick you up. The real world will not be there for you. You'll lose trust in everything. That's why I'm doing this, is like, to just do it for myself. Do anything for yourself. But it is what it is, right? But I'm just saying, people work so hard, and if you're working hard, are you working hard to live by the week, or are you working hard to travel and like see the world and do what you want? Like, Or do you just want to stay stuck and like hate your life? Because I realized everyone that's working has some sort of hate in their life, has some sort of regret, has some sort of shame or guilt or some sort of anger or past hurt they're clinging onto that keeps them stuck, that keeps them in the same place. And it's like sometimes you just need to realize that maybe you need to leave that place. Maybe you need to do something different and get out of your comfort zone. Kind of face your fears and acknowledge, well, the reason that I'm driven to this job or I'm driven to this place or I'm driven to keeping the same friend group is because there's something that I hate about myself and there's something that I hate about being here, and I'm upset about this relationship because it didn't work out and nothing's worked out. It's like maybe you're just not in the right place. Maybe you just need to start over. You know, you can get a job anywhere. You can be anyone you want. You don't have to stay stuck. Do you get what I mean? Like, be free. Do what you want. The world's your oyster. But yeah, I was just saying, like, I need to drink more water because I'm very dehydrated. But people are working their asses off every day just so they can live. And when I'm working, everyone's so tired. Everyone is so tired. And everyone's like, but they're all still working, and it's like, I think it's sad. I think it's really sad that that's how we live. But that's life. And life will teach you a lot if you choose to learn. And I find that being on your own and figuring it out on your own and just kind of going from place to place with no attachment is where you learn the most and is where you reflect in your own time and see reality. And it's when you go within and you kind of meditate and you sit on it and you take those steps back and you're like, okay, this is how it is, this is what it is. What can I do different? What do I want to do? Like, we all have a dream, we all have an inspiration, but it's like, I feel like everyone's so focused on the external. Oh, I have kids, I can't do this for myself, I can't do anything for myself. It's like you can just make time or find time, or what's holding you back? Do you get what I mean? Spend like time with yourself, and that's how you figure it out. Everyone's like focused on, you know, being with people, and I can't relate. I really can't. Ever since I was a kid, I've never been able to fit in. I've always been alone. I've always been that weird kid. I've always been that kid that no one understands because I don't know why. And I know there's people out there like me. I know. And you're not alone. You're never alone. There are people out there going through the same thing as you. And the more I live here, the more I realize how good I had it in the town I was in. But I left out of fear and I left out of anxiety.